What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, fellow seekers, man. You guys know what we do here on this channel, but we break down scary and creepy videos, man. On the net, on the web, from YouTube videos to TikTok videos to IG reels, anything weird, usually unexplained, you can find right here on this channel. Like you say, we seeking the truth just like you. So thank you guys for tapping in with us, tapping in with the channel, subbing up to the channel. I really appreciate that. Found this video for you guys today, man. Let's check it out.
Was accused of unaliving her 2-year-old daughter. On that specific day, the neighbors heard the toddler scream and ran to help. They attempted to break into the home but had no luck. The neighbors watched outside from the window and recorded the incident on their phones. They witnessed Olivia naked, stabbing her daughter while singing the alphabet. After that, Olivia dismembered her 2-year-old's body and began eating her liver. Once neighbors were able to get inside of the home, Olivia was passed out on the floor right next to her daughter's body. Authorities arrived minutes later and took Olivia into custody. Investigators suspected that Olivia had some sort of mental breakdown. Olivia's aunt stated that she had displayed odd behavior in the couple of days before the attack. Olivia had recently split up with her boyfriend of 8 months and moved back in with her parents. Olivia later claimed that the stress of a broken relationship caused her to unalive her daughter and dismember her. Olivia was detained for 10 days and there is no information if there was an arrest made. I said it before and I'll say it again, some people just don't deserve children.
What this girl...
Already a minute in, bro. Freaking sick to my damn stomach, man. But to hear that the freaking like neighbors, bro, they had to record that on their phone, bro. Like they couldn't break into the house to help that freaking little girl. All they had to do was watch. Freaking horror, bro. Man. And they said because her freaking mind, because she had I guess a mental breakdown because she broke up with her boyfriend, bro. Dang, relationships, man, can do to you. It's truly scary, bro. They can really make or break a person, man. Seekers, what do you guys think about that, bro?
did to herself will make you feel physically sick. This is one of the most shocking cases of psychosis I've ever heard. On February the 6th, 2018, Kaylee Muthart was using substances. She was high on M after a 48-hour binge. She ended up stumbling down the road next to a railway track. In her substance-induced state, she believed that she needed to save the world, and in order to do so, she needed to make a sacrifice. Horrifically, she believed that she needed to scrape her eyeballs out of her head or everybody would die. So that's exactly what she did. With her bare hands, she removed her own eyeballs. She then squashed them into her hands while a passerby struggled to restrain her. She was airlifted to hospital in South Carolina. She is now obviously completely blind, but thankfully is sober. She's a mother to a toddler and she wants to help people through them hearing her story.
If that doesn't help people stay off, I guess, bro, I don't know what will. I'm like, what the hell, bro? That definitely is one of the most craziest stories I ever heard. She like completely blinded herself, man. Tell you, bro, those substances, bro, they freaking, when they mess with your mind, bro, and get your mind going, bro, it really makes you believe some crazy things, man. I can't believe that didn't make like national news story or something like that. You would think a story like that, bro, would be everywhere, considering how freaking tragic it was. Wonder why that didn't happen.
We'll take a look at some old footage. This is from the Theodore Burns Assisted Living Community and security footage from back in the 80s. This camera would just kind of generally face this hallway, but one night it caught something very eerie in this particular frame. If you look to the background of this footage, on the right there appears to be an elderly woman just standing there. What really kind of freaked everybody out is that everybody recognized this woman. The staff could tell that this was Blanche Raymond. The problem is, Blanche Raymond died 2 years earlier in 1984. Still, the consensus from the staff is that the footage clearly shows who they recognize to be this woman, just feasibly no explanation for it.
You guys, this is freaking insane. The remains of a child were found on January 10th in one of the storage lockers at this facility. So there were 2 people who had been renting out this storage locker at the King Storage Center in Pueblo, Colorado. They fell 2 to 3 months behind on their payments, so the owner evicted them. They had 48 hours to make the final payment, and get all their stuff out. They didn't show up, but a family member did. And when they went in there to get everything out, they found a metal container that was full of hardened concrete. And when they opened it up, there were the remains of a child. So they called the police. The police talked to the owners. They said that the two people had rented that storage locker for quite a long time, but they couldn't think of like exactly how long it had been. But the plot thickens. In connection to this investigation, police are now asking for the public's assistance in locating these two children who haven't been seen since 2018. Their names are Jesus and Yesenia Dominguez. Police say that they should be about 10 and 9 years old now. Police have interviewed two persons of interest, but names haven't been released yet. They're asking for the public's assistance in finding those two kids, or if you have any information in what could have happened to the one in the metal container, here's their information.
What makes a person do something tragic like that, bro? Like, you thinking it's just freaking regular storage unit, their family went to go, I guess, clean out their stuff, man, and if you can stumble upon that, bro, that's just freaking crazy, bro. I can imagine you going, I guess, trying to clean out a storage unit for, I guess, your family or something. You just find something like that, bro. It's gonna change your freaking whole life forever, man. I hear it wasn't one, it was just two. It was two, man, and they think it's a connection to those freaking two missing kids in 2018, bro. People, man, you gotta be, I guess, more aware nowadays, bro. Something should have been off, I guess, when they was asking about paying for that freaking, unit, and he wasn't trying to pay for it, bro. And wasn't responding. That should have been a flag right there. Where's this guy? That has to be added, bro. I gotta call it like I see it.
He held his dad's decapitated head in his YouTube video. January 30th of this year, 32-year-old Justin Moan had posted a video on YouTube blasting the federal government and Biden administration. That's when he held up what he claimed was his father's head. Justin claimed he was now the president of the United States and ranted against communists and globalists. Justin's mom had called police when she discovered her husband Michael's body inside the bathroom and he had no head. Police then recovered a large kitchen knife and machete from the bathtub. This was after finding Michael's head in a large plastic bag that was put in a cooking pot in a bedroom. Justin was arrested after taking off with his dad's car. Documents show that Justin will be charged with murder in the first degree, abuse of a corpse, and possession of an instrument of crime with a knife.
This is one of the most...
Damn, man. YouTube probably freaking take that video down with a freaking quickness, bro, because that's just, freaking worse, man. And freaking two, obviously YouTube wouldn't allow that on a freaking platform, man. But here, something like that over freaking politics, bro. It's like, bro, people nowadays, man, you just can't have a disagreement with somebody. You can't, like, and when it comes to politics and things like that, bro, that's why I even try not to even get involved like that, because it just causes a whole freaking big argument. One person trying to put his side, and it can just, you can clash very wrong, bro, and something bad can happen, man. Damn, bro. And his own dad, too? What the f... And my mom had to stumble upon that, bro. Secrets, bro. This world is getting crazy nowadays. The world is crazy, bro. Stay aware.
Most have been tragic workplace accidents, so you might want to hear this. In October 2012, a 62-year-old employee at Bumblebee Foods named Jose Molina was having a normal day in the Bumblebee facility in California. In his schedule, Jose was tasked with performance maintenance on a 11-meter-long industrial oven, so he went inside on one of the oven tanks. Believing that Jose was in the bathroom, one of his co-workers actually shut the tank's door and then filled the entire oven with 5,400 kilograms of tuna, and then turned the oven on. A search ensued when the manager noticed Jose was missing, but by then it was way too late. They found Jose's body 2 hours later inside of the oven. The temperature inside the oven reached 270 degrees Fahrenheit, and Jose was unfortunately cooked alive inside of the tank with all of the fish. And you can only imagine how horrific this death actually was. Could you imagine just being cooked alive and then being crushed by tens to hundreds of pounds of fish? mixed with the smell, the texture, the heat. This death was just awful. The company Bumblebee and 2 managers were actually charged for this death, and the company got off with a $6 million settlement. But what do you think? Do you think $6 million is way too low for a death like this and accident? Many people believe it should have been more towards $50 million. But yeah, this death is absolutely awful, and I can't believe this happened to poor Jose.
I wonder how many freaking companies, bro, they been getting off like that. Like, you know, freaking tragedy, something happens and they just, oh, we just gonna pay them off, man. We just pay them off, it'll go away. But yeah, like something like that. How people say, yeah, only 6 million. I mean, obviously you would want freaking Jose to be alive, but man, 6 million, bro. If we could come with like Bumblebee, like man, like I said, I agree with them, man. 50 million, bro. Like, nah, you have to up that, bro. Like, that was a man's life, man. And because his freaking manager, bro, wasn't paying attention, just gonna close it. Like, he didn't even check. He just closed it in on him. People, bro. It affect other people, man. When you do your job poorly, bro. Seekers, what do you guys think, man? 6 million or that 50 million, bro? I ain't gonna lie, they have to go up. These companies can't get away with that.
The man in that video was murdered in broad daylight. His name was Matima Miller, otherwise known as Swavey or Babyface S here on TikTok. Before Swavey was shot and killed in broad daylight, he had amassed over 2.5 million followers here on TikTok. Swavey posted life updates all the time. He posted dancing videos. He was just a really positive TikToker that loved being creative. And obviously this had attracted tons of people to his page, but nobody ever could have expected what happened next. So in July of 2021, on a Monday at around 10:42 a.m., police were called to a neighborhood in Wilmington, Delaware. When police arrived at the scene, they found Swavey laying on the ground with a gunshot wound. At the time, Swavey had literally been out on the street when somebody drove up, started firing shots, and killed him. So for the longest time, nobody had any idea who had killed Swavey. That is, until November of 2021, when Israel Lecomte was indicted. Israel, who was just 18 years old at the time, was indicted on 38 felony charges. Prosecutors gave him 10 counts of possession of a firearm during a felony, 2 murder charges, so he killed 2 individuals. And he had been a part of a gang called the North Pack Street Gang in Delaware. Now, I couldn't find any more updates to this case, but this is just a tragic story, an event that never needed to happen in the first place. And rest in peace, Swavey.
I know I look and sound...
So was this a random act, bro, of gang violence, man? Like, imagine, bro, it's like you can't even just be out on the street nowadays. You could just be out on the street, minding your business, somebody come along, just try to freaking end it all, man. And in broad daylight too, bro, and I hate that he was only 18, like, bro, his life is just freaking starting, bro, and he did the tragic act, and now his life is over, bro. People don't think before they act nowadays, man. And that's the result of it, bro. Seekers, bro. Gotta be aware, man. You had to be, bro. In a world like this, it's sad but true, bro.
Sound like a crazy person, but I'll never apologize for sticking up for my babies and fighting for what's right. Lifetime and Gilbert had my kids in their custody today for their summer camp. My 6-year-old came home and told me that 2 other 6-year-olds were in the bathroom under their supervision, taking inappropriate pictures in their swimsuits and pulling their swimsuits down to reveal themselves, sending them on their phones to another person, and that person responding, "Delete these pictures, don't tell anybody or we can't be friends." Tell me that's another child. That's why I'm sitting here at Lifetime in Gilbert, because we filed a police report. Now we have to wait for the warrant. And I'm just supposed to go home. Lifetime won't tell the parents to come bring the phone here so that we can get to the bottom of it. The police can't do anything without a warrant. And I went live. I didn't know what else to do. I still don't know what to do. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
It's freaking crazy, bro. But she's standing up for her justice for her freaking kids. You gotta freaking nothing but respect, bro. Like, something like that happened. Obviously, yeah, like I said, no other 6-year-old's gonna say delete the pictures or we can't be friends. Obviously, there's somebody probably in that freaking facility that who's ever watching those kids, but one of them took advantage of them and now is trying to freaking cover their tracks. So the police can't do nothing without the warrant, though, man. I feel like there has to be like a better net system they need to put in place, because if somebody have like hardcore evidence, bro, and they just can't wait because they had the war, man, something else needs to happen, man, because you can't let them get away. You just can't. I was being used to test again. To get out there. So the world ended in 2021. So are we in a simulation or something now?
I got lost in the forest when I was 3 years old and was forever changed. Hello, my name is Riker Webb. In 2022, I was playing with my dog in my yard in Montana when I heard a strange sound luring me into the forest. It didn't take long for me to get lost, and after a couple hours, my parents noticed I was gone. They started sending search parties to look for me. I walked 2.5 miles before I found an abandoned shed to hide in from the thunderstorm, but there was someone hiding with me. After 2 days, I was found by a nearby couple who heard some weird sounds coming from their shed. But when they found me, I wasn't the same. The clothes I was wearing when I went missing were completely different than I was found in. And after being through such a traumatic experience, and going without food or water for 2 days, I looked like a completely different person. But this is all because...
Stop brushing your teeth. Stop brushing your teeth.
Wow.
Brushing your teeth is bad. All right, let me explain. 99% of people in this generation use plastic toothbrushes. You may say, what is the problem with that? Plastic toothbrushes have nylon bristles, which contain microplastics. Every time you brush your teeth, millions of microplastic bits enter your system. This usually causes cancer and leads to a worse life. If you want to avoid this, then you can use a more natural alternative. What I recommend is using something called a Wax stick. This stick originated from nature and is a more natural and healthy way of brushing your teeth. It contains 0 microplastics and makes your teeth whiter in just a matter of days. I said way too much in this video. Now it is up to you to change your lifestyle habits. I better go now before they take me down for sharing this kind of information.
What the hell? Microplastics on the damn toothbrush, bro? You know, everybody freaking uses a plastic toothbrush, you know. So, man, he really freaking like shocking my freaking reality, freaking blowing it up, man. Like, what the hell? I wonder why they didn't freaking, like, you know, make that freaking, I guess, news something public, or that, I guess, brushing teeth is bad for you, depending on that type of toothbrush you got, or you have to use the natural way, man. I'm probably gonna have to switch that up, bro. Like I said, man, when I watch these videos with you guys, seekers, bro, I always learn new information, man. And it's always up to you guys, like I said, to take the information, do what you guys want with it. Like I said, don't believe what I say, don't believe what the video says. It's up to you guys, man. That toothbrushes, bro, seekers, tell me down below, man, do you guys use plastic toothbrushes, bro?
Oh no.
Let's talk about skinwalkers. They are said to be powerful witches and medicine men. They can even change their form to any animal they desire, including humans. But they mainly change into deer, wolves, and coyote. You know, dragon fruit ain't that good. The scary part is they say if you see one, they can steal your face and even your last scream for help. You might think this is like a folklore or tale. People actually believe these are real. The scary part is there's actual videos of people seeing oddly walking humans screaming help in the middle of nowhere. See, they say skinwalkers pretend to be humans in distress, and if they're calling out for help, they're just trying to lure you in.
Ashley!
That's when they take your life and use your voice and your look to catch their next gullible victim. A man's wife wasn't even home, but yet somebody was calling him to come downstairs in his wife's voice.
Oh, hell no,
If you want me to go out in the middle of the field, at least shapeshift into like Rihanna or Beyonce. I'm making a mess, but this look good. I'll be there in a minute. 30 seconds flat. Naked. Very naked. Maybe even Lizzo. Let's light this candle.
What the Skinwalkers. It's kind of hard to get into, but Seekers, do you guys believe, man, there's some Skinwalkers among us, bro? I don't know if we can roll into the woods, bro. Like I said, he said they take their faces, man, their voices, bro. Saying, like, heard a couple, you know, those clips saying, help me. And there was nobody else around there, so that's kind of sketchy and iffy, bro. I don't know, Skinwalkers, bro. Sound freaking terrifying, bro. I found her. What the hell is wrong? Edit. What the hell is that?
She stabbed her boyfriend with a rabies syringe for looking at other women. November of 2023, 44-year-old Sandra Jimenez got into a fight with her boyfriend of 8 years. This was an ongoing argument of him looking at other women. That specific day, her boyfriend was lying on the couch, and that is when Sandra jumped on top of him and stabbed him with those 2 needles, and one had pierced his right eyelid. These needles that she was using was actually supposed to be used for their dogs to help vaccinate them against rabies. Once Sandra did this, she fled the scene and her boyfriend called 911. Her boyfriend was then transported to a hospital in Miami, and he gave the police a description of what his girlfriend looked like as well as what her vehicle looked like. Police found Sandra sleeping in her car and she was taken into custody. Sandra told police that her boyfriend's injuries were self-inflicted and she pled not guilty. Sandra is now facing an aggravated battery charge and her bond is set at $7,500.
She just can't tell the truth.
It was carrying 45 passengers. It had 19 rugby players, and then it included like their family members and the crew members and stuff. And crashing into the Andes Mountains, they crashed because there was a lot of turbulence. Apparently, what happened is they were like, "Gentlemen, put your seatbelts on. Expect turbulence." Out of nowhere, it felt like wind like slapped the fuck out of the plane. The plane started shaking, and the pilot didn't calculate the landing well because of the bad weather. This all took place in like 72 days. This whole time, it's obviously mad cold, negative 25 degrees. Yeah, bro. Obviously, they started eating their friends, bro. They're friends and family, bro. Closer to the end when they were about to get rescued, 2 guys, Roberto and they decide to hike. It was 3 of them at first. Try to go as far as possible. They get to the top of the mountain. One of them starts coming down with no type of like equipment and shit. And he tells them, like, we got up to the mountain finally, guys, but all we saw was mountains after mountains after mountains after mountains. Both of them are saying that they're gonna go until they die. They end up hiking for 38 miles, 10 days. A little fun fact with that, bro. So Nando, the one that was on the hike, he was in a coma for the first 3 days. Doctors were saying the only reason he survived was because they put him in the coldest part of the plane. So I guess the cold lowered the swelling of his brain. So he ended up surviving that, and then he was the first one who said, if it comes down to it, I'm gonna eat the dead people. He didn't care. Also, whenever they had to go hike, the last bodies remaining was his mom and his sister, and he couldn't eat them. But you know what's crazy? What he said in real life, if I don't come back, I give him permission to eat my mom and my sister. And the crazy part is that on the 70th day, Carnival, he has a dream that
we're the reason you
Man. See, could you guys imagine that, bro? You freaking plane freaking crash in the mountains, man. And they just freaking, you know, it's in the cold, they have no food, no shelter, man. So they just had to start freaking eating the freaking dead people, bro. Like, what the hell? And they had to climb that mountain, man, I guess to see the terrain, see where they were at. But it was just mountains after mountains, man. And they just said, you gotta keep going, bro. They had a hike for like 38 miles, man. 10 days straight. Could you guys do that, Seekers? Whew. The freaking things, man. People, when they be surviving these freaking tragic events, bro. You know, it forever changes them. Forever. There's no way around that.
should not come to Alaska. Hello.
Chills like this morning. What's in this picture that I sourced? It came from the Elderwood Bed and Breakfast that's located in Louisiana, and it was taken by this woman right here, Meredith Den, and sent to her husband. It's the middle of the night, and she's hearing things down the hallway, so she took this picture and sent it to her husband, not even realizing what she caught in the frame. Now, in the background of this photo, she captured something that most people find very difficult to explain. If you look to the top left of the photo, there is a figure that is watching her from the stairs. It's not even clear from this photo if what she captured was an actual person who was watching her, because I feel like she would have seen them. But I don't know, the closer you get to this photo, the more unnerving it becomes, because it almost looks like somebody with their full jaw unhinged.
They definitely do, bro. I wonder what people be thinking when they be looking back in those pictures and seeing those freaking terrifying pictures, bro. They can't sense their presence. They couldn't sense their presence there or something. Not an edit. I gotta call out how I see it.
This woman jumped off a top floor balcony to escape her jealous boyfriend. 28-year-old Amy Beckley had been dating 28-year-old footballer Shaquille McDonald for about 6 weeks. Shaquille played professional football for clubs such as Derby County and Coventry. She said that in the first few weeks of them dating, he love-bombed her and showered her with affection. She was a single mum and really appreciated having someone looking after her and caring for her. However, she saw a completely different side to him when they were on a night out in March 2023. They'd been out in Arcadian in Birmingham when he accused her of speaking to a bouncer. He snatched her phone and keys and called her derogatory names and made her get in a taxi with him. In the taxi, he put her in a headlock, bit her, scratched her, and slapped her. After they got home, CCTV captured him launching another vicious attack at her. He smashed her into a concrete wall, dragged her inside, and strangled her repeatedly. She lost consciousness and he left the room. When she came to, she tried to ring 999 on silent. However, she became so terrified of him that she jumped 14 foot from her top floor balcony to escape him. She broke both arms in doing so. Now, luckily, her fall was broken slightly by a balcony below hers, and someone had been outside having a cigarette at the time. They helped her inside and got her some help. Police arrived and Shaquille tried to flee but was detained. Amy was in an absolutely horrific state. You can see the images on Google if you want to go and look at those, but they are really shocking. Shaquille was jailed for just 2 years and 8 months after admitting to actual bodily harm and strangulation.
Let's talk about one of the creepiest moments.
Like, what the hell, bro? People, man. They get freaking jealous or something, bro. Like, it just freaking flips, switching them, bro, that they can't turn off, and it just turns into a freaking completely different person. In the beginning, he was showing with love and attention. He thought she was talking to a bouncer, man. He just flipped and changed it to a freaking completely different person. And she had to go to that extremes, bro, to escape, man. Both her arms are doing so, but she freaking made it, bro. He only got jailed for like 2 years or something, man. I don't know about that, man. Like, he could probably out now. You never know if he could try to do it again or something, bro. People, bro. Gotta be aware, man. You gotta truly, I guess, know a person before you get into a relationship with them.
In American TV history, the Joanna Lopez broadcast. But before we watch the video in its full and comfortable length, let's break down what happened. On January 14th, 1989, NBC Chicago was doing its early Saturday broadcasting, several PSA segments including an anti-drug campaign, a meditation segment, and a sign-off segment from WMAQ TV Chicago. Then after that, they cut to a national anthem segment, but then in the middle of the national anthem segment, it abruptly cuts off and it shows this.
To that screen. That's weird, Seekers. Very weird.
And yeah, there's no transition, there's no sound, there's nothing. It's just this picture for 20 seconds of a girl named Joanna Lopez, a missing banner, and a phone number to call. And a lot of people got creeped out by this. Like, this guy said this is like a real life analog horror. And this other person said that it's terrifying because of the low quality of the image and the lack of information and silence. Basically, it just freaked everybody out. But listen, guys, this isn't just like some analog horror. This broadcast was legit. Like, it actually happened. But what we don't know is if she was ever found, if Joanna Lopez was ever found. So if you guys know anything, let me know in the comments, or if you guys have any thoughts, let me know. Because that picture's terrifying. That's a bad pic of her.
that we wouldn't have been able to find her with that pic. So I'm just curious. Let me know.
This is by far one of the
even
most
see in that
disturbing
pic, bro.
carnival accidents caught on camera explained. In 2014, a terrible accident occurred at an amusement park in Orlando, Florida, resulting in the death of a 14-year-old boy. The incident took place at Orlando's Icon Park, where the free fall ride stands as the world's tallest freestanding drop tower, towering at a height of 430 feet. The victim, Tyree Sampson from St. Louis, Missouri, slipped out of his seat during the ride. The primary cause of the accident was an operator error. The operator manually adjusted the seat restraint opening to accommodate Tyree's weight, which was over 300 pounds. As a result, the restraint opening was nearly double the normal range. During the ride's descent, Tyree slipped through the gap between the seat and the harness and tragically fell to the pavement, suffering fatal injuries. The autopsy revealed that Tyree had numerous broken bones and internal injuries. His weight exceeded the ride's manual weight limit of 287 pounds. Now I'm going to explain the heartbreaking video. So if you've ever been on these rides, you know how they work. It slowly brings you up to the top, and then it drops you down, and then you stop kind of halfway when you get to the bottom. But as the ride slowed and came down, the momentum of it stopping threw Tyree out of his seat. And you see him being flung to the ground at a pretty fast speed. And seconds later, you hear his body hit the pavement floor. And it might be one of the most disturbing sounds you will ever hear. The best way I can describe it is the sound of a watermelon hitting the concrete from a high up distance, and just exploding all over the place. You hear the disturbing splatter sounds and the bones breaking, and you also hear the sound of the blood coming back and hitting the ground after the initial hit, meaning that poor Tyree's body just exploded. The video is absolutely disturbing, and as always, I do not recommend looking it up. I just thought I'd include it to give you guys some context. But nonetheless, this heartbreaking incident highlights the importance of strict safety protocols and proper operator training in amusement parks to prevent such tragedies in the future. This is just so sad and heartbreaking. Tyree was so young. May he rest in peace.
This is how a family...
Got to, man. These freaking operators, bro. Like, if you freaking operating those rides like roller coasters or drops or, you know, the little spinning thing, man. You gotta be freaking, you have to do your job, man, to a T, because my people's lives depend on it, bro. I remember, like, as I said, sometimes I'm kind of iffy on roller coasters, bro. I remember sometimes, man, like I said, bro, I remember sometimes I I think I actually had to tell the operator, man, like, can you check my freaking, you know, seat or something to make sure I was properly shot in, because I said, dang, if I ride something like that, man, I'm making sure they do their job, because I don't want to go out like that, bro. That's insane, bro. Man. Whew. Secrets, what do you guys think about that?
The celebration ended in murder. It was the 10th of December 2003. The Whittaker family were living in Houston, Texas, and included parents Kent and Trisha, along with their sons 19-year-old Kevin and 23-year-old Bart. They were described by neighbors as the perfect family. They decided to go out for food that evening at a seafood restaurant. They were out to celebrate Bart's pending graduation from university, and they'd actually bought him a $4,000 Rolex to congratulate him. Just after returning home, a family of four would become a family of three. Neighbor Brandon Stanley was sat at his computer when he heard gunfire. He quickly rang police to alert them and ran over to the property to see what the commotion was. He found the dad, Kent, lying on the ground with a gunshot wound to his chest. Brandon's dad also ran over to help and helped Kent apply pressure to the wound, and luckily he survived. Inside of the property, Bart also rang emergency services, and he said he'd been shot in the shoulder and had chased an unknown assailant out of the house. Tragically, his brother Kevin lay dead on the floor. Mum, Trisha, had also been shot and she was rushed to hospital by a helicopter. She unfortunately passed away while she was receiving treatment. Kent received medical treatment from the hospital, and Bart also received treatment for his non-life-threatening injuries. The whole community was absolutely terrified, obviously, thinking that there was an unknown killer on the loose. However, when police investigated the crime scene, it didn't look as though they would expect. No expensive items had been taken, and it just didn't seem like a typical burglary. Drawers and doors had been opened, but it seemed like they'd been kind of systematically opened, not done in a frenzy like normal with house invasions. They also discovered that the gun used in the killings was a gun from inside of the house that had been kept in a safe. Whoever was responsible for the murders knew exactly where the gun was and how to get it out the safe. When questioned by police, Bart stated that it was very dark, so he didn't see much, and he was also really vague about very important details. Investigators soon discovered that Bart was in fact not going to be graduating at all, and he'd lied about it. His history was also concerning, and there'd been a police report filed about Bart after he'd spoken to somebody about wanting to kill his dad. Then a former roommate of Bart called Adam Hipp also reported that Bart had once said to him that he wanted to hire him to kill his family so that he could inherit their fortune. Police then looked into two of Bart's co-workers, Chris Bashir and Stephen Champagne. Stephen initially denied any knowledge of anything, but then gradually admitted to more and more. A year after the murders, he finally confessed to being hired by Bart to kill the family. Chris was the shooter and had been lying in wait for the family while they had their meal. Bart actually went on the run at this point and was tracked down eventually 18 months after the murders in Mexico. He was extradited back to the US to face prosecution. Chris and Stephen cooperated with the investigators, and Chris got life and Stephen got 15 years. Bart was actually sentenced to death, but in a dramatic turn of events, just half an hour before he was due to be executed, they actually commuted his sentence. He was then given life without parole.
Man, bro. The freaking things, like I said, bro, and these videos never fail, the things people will do for money, man. Like, bro, he really wanted to, he hired, like, damn man, like hitmans, bro, to take out his family, man, just for some money. And because he, I guess, didn't graduate, he wanted to have that as well, bro. Like, man, bro, his own freaking mom and brother, bro. Freaking gone, man. All because he wanted to inherit his family's money and be, I guess, the last one standing, bro. It's like, the people things to do for money, bro, it's disgusting, bro, truly. Seekers, that's it for this video for you guys today, man. Like I said, when we watch these videos together with you guys, man, like I said, don't believe what I say, don't believe what the video say. Always do your own research, man, just like I have to do as well. I just wanted to thank you guys, man, for the support you guys been showing on these past couple of videos. You guys making me believe in myself, man. You guys were growing as Seekers, man. We're trying to build a real community, so I really appreciate you guys' support. You guys can catch you in the next one. Peace, Seekers.